Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So today we're jumping into Bitcoin. There's a lot of buzz, right? It recently shot past $87,000.
Yeah, quite a surge. Definitely got people talking again.
Exactly. And we're looking at the Bitcoin Matrix podcast, specifically episode 222, more bullish than ever.
Right, featuring Michael Turpin and Enzo Villani. Some heavy hitters there.
Definitely. Turpin wrote Bitcoin Supercycle, Villani's CEO at Alpha Transform Holdings. So our goal here really is to kind of unpack what's driving this recent rally.
Makes sense. And that $87,000 level is notable, highest since late March, I believe.
Right. So the sources point to a few things. First up, a weakening U.S. dollar.
That often plays a role.
How exactly does that work for, listeners trying to connect the dots?
Well, think about it globally. If the dollar is weaker, it takes fewer euros or yen or whatever to buy something priced in dollars.
Okay. So it makes Bitcoin technically cheaper for foreign investors.
Precisely. It can kind of create this extra demand, this tailwind for the price. Makes it more attractive, globally speaking.
Got it. Okay, factor two mentioned is more institutional investment.
Yes, that's a recurring theme, isn't it?
It is. Does the source material give any clues about who is buying, or is it more general?
This particular update seems more general, but the background trend is still there, big financial players getting involved.
And things like better custody solutions probably help, secure ways for them to hold it.
Absolutely. Things like clearer regulations, in some places anyway, and those institutional grade custody options, they definitely build confidence for the bigger money.
Okay. And the third piece was bullish technical indicators.
Right. The chart watchers.
For those of us not glued to charts all day, what does that generally mean? Like simplified?
Imagine it like market weather signals.
Yeah.
These indicators look at past price movements, trading volume, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And bullish ones basically suggest, based on those patterns, that the current upward trend has legs, that the weather looks good for more price increases.
So a weaker dollar, bigger investors coming in, and positive chart signals. Kind of triple whammy.
Seems like a convergence of factors, yeah.
Now, the podcast itself with Turpin and Villani, they dug into some interesting frameworks. This 4 seasons of Bitcoin idea came up.
Ah, yes. That's Turpin's concept, I believe.
What's the core idea there? Without getting too deep, maybe.
Well, the gist is seeing Bitcoin's market not just as random ups and downs, but as cycles, like seasons.
Okay, like spring, summer, fall, winter for Bitcoin.
Sort of, yeah. They apparently talked about spring being like a recovery phase after a crypto winter. You get renewed interest, maybe some speculative buying kicks things off again.
Interesting. So it's a way to maybe identify which phase we're in. Growth, cool down, bottoming out.
Exactly. Gives you a different lens of perspective beyond just the daily noise. Helps to maybe anticipate the next broad shift.
Makes sense. They also flagged AI's impact on crypto trading. We hear AI everywhere, but how's it specifically changing crypto?
Well, it's huge. Think about the sheer speed and data processing. AI algorithms can analyze, vast amounts of market data almost instantly.
Way faster than any human.
Oh, orders of magnitude faster. They can spot tiny patterns, execute trades in milliseconds. They even find those small price differences between exchanges arbitrage way quicker than a person could.
Wow. So it's not just about speed, it's finding opportunities humans might totally miss.
Exactly. It's becoming a really significant factor in how these markets operate. It's kind of a new layer on top of everything.
Kind of wild to think about algorithms battling it out. Okay, finally, they touched on tokenized assets and altcoins. What was the main takeaway?
On tokenization, it's about this idea of putting real-world assets onto the blockchain, like owning a digital token representing a tiny piece of artwork or real estate.
Right, expanding what crypto tech can do beyond just currencies.
Precisely. And for altcoins, the conversation seems to be shifting. Less about pure hype, maybe more focus on projects with actual solid tech or a real use case.
So looking for substance over just speculation?
That seems to be the angle experts like Turpin and Villani are exploring. Finding the promising stuff in that evolving landscape.
All right, so let's try and tie this together for everyone listening. Bitcoin's recent surge past 87K looks like it's fueled by a mix of things. The dollar weakening, making it cheaper internationally, continued interest from institutions, and positive chart signals. And then looking deeper, experts are using frameworks like the 4 seasons to read the bigger cycles. Plus, AI is really shaking up trading strategies.
Yeah, dramatically.
And we're seeing innovation in tokenizing real assets and a sort of maturing, maybe, in the altcoin space.
That sums it up pretty well. Lots of moving parts.
Definitely. So, considering all that the global economics, the big institutions, the tech like AI, these new blockchain uses, what potential future development in crypto do you think is going to be the most important one to keep an eye on? Something for our listeners to chew on.
That's the big question, isn't it? Constant evolution.
It really is. Well, we'll
Uh,
definitely keep exploring it. Thanks for joining the Deep